Dear students in grade 12, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to our English seminar for today, in which we are going to discuss Unit 3 in grade 12 in both books, the student's book and the activity book. As you know, dear students, in Unit 3 we have a number of, let's say, new words, a number of exercises and a number of grammatical skills. Of course, we are going in this seminar to talk about all these things, and we hope that time will be enough to cover all these things in Unit 3. Well, at the beginning of this seminar, dear students, dear colleagues, let me welcome my colleagues in the studio who are going to participate in this seminar. Mr. Karim Qassab, a senior supervisor in the Ministry of Education. Good afternoon, Mr.
Good
Karim.
afternoon, Mr. Basim.
And Mr. Mazen Abdul Karim, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good afternoon. Welcome, Mr. Mazen.
Good afternoon, Mr. Basim.
Well, dear students, as you know, of course, as you can see on the screen, the title of Unit 3 is Recycling Resources. Of course, in this module, Module 1, the last unit of Module 1, when talking about grammar, we are going, of course, to talk about wishes. Talking about wishes is a very important grammatical skill in this unit, how to write a wish sentence. Then, of course, when talking about vocabulary, we can have in this unit some color idioms and some three-part phrasal verbs. We are going, of course, to explain the meaning of phrasal verbs and how they are combined. And when talking about reading, of course, we have a text in the activity book about paper. Let's talk about recycling in general, dear students, dear colleagues. Mr. Mazen, when talking about recycling resources, let me ask you, first of all, this process, let's try to give a definition of recycling itself. What is recycling materials?
Yes.
What do you mean by this?
Recycling is the process of treating materials so that it can be used again and again.
So, reclaiming or to obtain, right?
Yes.
The raw materials to be used again. This is the meaning of recycling.
Recycling.
Very good. Now, Mr. Karim, when talking about recycling resources, let me, we have another question, I think. We say that recycling is very important. Why is recycling important?
Actually, you know, when we recycle materials, we reuse it again. And therefore, we save the world, resources that is, decreasing day by day because of the use of...
You mean we have natural resources in our world in order not to use up these natural resources? That's why we recycle some materials.
Exactly.
So that's why recycling is very important.
Yes.
So it is a good strategy, but it is not, of course, a final solution of the waste problem if we want to talk about the waste or rubbish. Well, let me ask another question, Mr. Mazen. Thank you, Mr. Karim. What materials can be recycled? Of course, we can recycle many materials. Like what?
We have, in Syria, we can recycle paper, we can recycle glass, and we can recycle plastic and metals.
Thank you very much. I think it's a good introduction about recycling resources. Let's go directly, dear students, to talk about, I think, the color idioms. It is at page 24, exercise 1, page 24 in the student's book. As you can see here, dear students, in exercise 1, I think, Mr. Karim, we can talk about let's say, the idioms which are in the books at the top, and then we can do the exercise to clarify to the students the meanings of these idioms and why we call them color idioms,
Yes.
please.
Actually, here we have a number of idioms in the box, in the blue box here in the book, at the top of the book. Let me now read them. Then after that, explain them through context. So here we have, the first one is out of the blue. So out of the blue, here we call them color idioms because in each one of these idioms we have a color. So here in the first one we have
Blue.
out of the blue. So blue here is
If we try to translate this idiom word by word, we don't understand.
of course we don't understand it. It has no meaning
Exactly.
if we take it word by
It
word.
depends on the usage
Exactly.
or on the context.
On the context,
Yes.
exactly. The next one is red tape. Also we have a color here, a name of a color which is red. Then we have to be in black and white. Here also we have an idiom which has or which contains two colors here, white and black. To see red, also we have this color red. To give the green light. And finally, to put someone on
the blacklist.
On the blacklist.
Now, the task
Right.
here, thank you, Mr. Karim, is to replace
Yes.
the underlined phrases in the sentences with the correct form, the
Exactly.
correct form
Exactly.
of one of the color idioms in this list.
Yes.
Let me start with Mr.
Yes.
Mazin. Let's do the first sentence,
Yes.
please.
When he accused me of being wasteful, I got very angry. We have to replace I got very angry with the color idioms to see red, but because it's past, we have to say I saw red.
Good. So I saw red means I got angry.
angry.
I got angry or I got very angry.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Next one, please. Mr. Karim, would you like to do
Okay,
this?
sentence B here. We have to stop companies from polluting the environment. We should tell the public they have done something wrong. Actually, here we have this phrase which is, underlined. Tell the public they have done something wrong. What do we mean by this? If we take a color idiom, actually here it is to put someone on the blacklist. This means to put someone on the blacklist means to tell the public that
To tell the
they have
people that they have done something wrong.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Number C, sentence number C, they have said yes to the building of new incinerators. We have
New
to,
incinerator.
yes,
Incinerator.
Yes.
It is singular. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
yes. So, said yes, it means they have given the green light to the building of a new incinerator.
Thank you very much.
We have D. The rules clearly say that we must not leave rubbish outside our homes. Look, it's printed here. So it's printed here.
It means that it is in black and white.
Yeah, it's
That's-
in black and white.
Thank you.
Right, exactly.
Sentence E, it's almost impossible to get a passport quickly. There is so much paperwork and administration. We have to replace it with the color idioms. We have, there is so much red tape.
It means so much routine, maybe.
Routine, yes.
There is so much routine,
Routine,
paperwork, a lot of
paperwork,
administration.
Yes, go to a lot of
It
offices.
means red tape. Yes,
Yes.
thank
Okay,
you.
the last one is I heard this morning unexpectedly that I'd won a writing competition. Unexpectedly actually here means the first
of
one
the
is
blue.
out of the blue. So
Good.
out of the blue means unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly.
Exactly.
Thank
This
you.
is
By
about
accident.
colors. Yes, by,
yes.
exactly.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Now, I think it's a good idea to talk about some phrasal verbs mentioned in Unit 3. When we talk about a phrasal verb, maybe some students don't know the exact meaning of this idiom, phrasal verb. When we talk about a phrasal verb, dear students, it means that the phrasal verb must contain a verb and a preposition, and sometimes not only one preposition,
Maybe two.
maybe two prepositions. That's
And
why
maybe
we
an
call
adverb
it.
sometimes.
That's why we call
Adverbs.
it three-part phrasal verb.
Exactly.
A three-part phrasal verb contains a verb and two prepositions. For example, here, run out of space. The example, we're running out of space to use as landfill sites. I'd go along with that.
Yes.
This is another
Go
example.
along with.
Now, what is the task here required from the student, Mr. Karim, in this exercise, please?
The task here is actually
To
to
find.
find the meanings of the phrasal verbs.
First of all, to
Because
find
we
the
know,
three-part
we know,
phrasal
Mr.
verb
Basil,
and to
phrasal
match.
verbs as a phrasal verb is different from the words individually, the meaning
Yes.
of the word individually. So here we have the three words. But if we combine them together, if we give them as a phrasal verb, the meaning here is completely different
course.
from
Yes.
the individual meanings. So here, for example, here we have in this task or in this exercise, we have
Let's take the first one.
the
please.
first one. But
Things
before,
are moving.
Yes. Things are moving so fast, it's impossible to keep up with.
The changes.
Yes.
So where is the three-part
The
phrasal verb here?
is keep up
Keep
with.
up with. Keep
This
up
is,
with.
Yes, keep up with,
It means-
with the changes, which means to know the latest information about.
Thank you.
Sentence
Yes.
number, sentence B. Supermarkets should cut down on packaging. The phrasal verb is
Cut
cut
down
down
on.
on. It means reduce.
To reduce.
To reduce
packaging.
something. Okay.
Yes. Then here we have C. We've come up against serious problems in our plan to recycle rubbish. So here the verb is come up against.
Come up
Come
against.
up against means to meet or to face. No? Yes.
Sentence D. I'm looking forward to the day when 100% of our rubbish is recycled. The phrasal verb is look forward to, which means to wait
With
with
pleasure
pleasure for
for
something to happen.
Before we go on, thank you, Mr. Mazen. We have a call. Good afternoon, Ali.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Okay, we're fine. Thank you, Ali. Your
Can I
question,
ask you?
please.
Please, page 23 in this lesson,
In the student's book or the
Yes.
activity book?
in students' book.
In the student's book?
23.
23.
23.
Okay, what exercise?
Recycling in Syria.
Recycling in Syria, the last paragraph. You can see it on the,
Line
on the
3,
screen now.
Line 3.
Yes.
We say major recycling plants have been built in the last few years.
Yes.
Can we, in this sentence, use the past perfect instead of present perfect?
Here, you are asking me about tenses. Here,
Yes.
it depends on the context, Ali. Let's go back to the first sentence. Syria is. So here, we use the present, right, Ali?
Talking about
Yes.
Ali,
facts.
Syria
Yes.
is at the forefront of regional recycling, hosting regional conferences dedicated to the protection of the environment, water conservation, and climate change. Now, major recycling plants have been built in the last few years. No, we have in the last few years.
Yes,
So
this is
it means
a key.
in recent years, from
Okay.
a time before now till now. So there is a link between the
Okay.
past and now. That's why we should use here the present perfect, not the past perfect. You know, Ali,
grammar- the
when we
grammar
use,
also
when we
present
use,
perfect.
Ali, just a minute. When we use the past perfect, you know why do we use it, right? We use it to talk about an action that happened before another action in the past.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
now I understand you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Do you have any other question?
No, thanks.
Okay, good luck.
I am very happy to speak with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you,
Good
Ali.
luck. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Good luck. Well, a nice question. Let's go back to the exercise, please.
Yes. E, I think?
Yes.
Yeah. Scientists have just come up with. So the three-part phrasal verb here is come up with a new way of reprocessing plastic. So here come up with means to invent.
Good.
Yes.
Come up with is to find, to discover, or to invent.
Okay,
Thank you.
right.
Sentence F. People living near the bus station put up with a lot of noise. The phrasal verb is put up with, which means accept, stand, or tolerate.
Or to bear something
To be
unpleasant.
Yes.
You see, to
Yes.
try to bear it, and it is at the same
Yes.
time unpleasant. Not
Yes,
good,
right.
not nice.
Yes.
Good. Let's try to go on directly to talk about wish now.
Yes.
It is, I think, at page 25. Here, talking about wishes, let me directly ask you a nice question, Mr. Karim.
Okay.
When we talk about wish in general, why do we wish in reality?
Actually, people wish because they are not satisfied with the present situation. They are dissatisfied. They wish to express a regret in the present, okay? But we must use a verb in the simple past with this regret, with this wish.
So,
This is now the,
in
the
general,
idea in
we
general.
can say,
Yes.
thank you, Mr. Karim. In general, you say, I can understand from your speech that in our reality, we have different situations sometimes which we don't like.
Yes.
Someone's behavior, for example, or habit, someone behaves badly or wrongly, and we don't like his behavior. So, and we wish that he could
Change
or
his
would change his
behavior.
behavior to
Exactly.
something good. So, in general, the situation, as you said, is not good, or sometimes I don't like it. For example, my room is small. I don't like this situation. I wish that it was bigger, or
Exactly.
I could change it
Yes.
to some to a new one which is bigger than my, let's say, room, etc. We have many situations, and here it's very important for the students to know that they can use their own words when they want to write a wish sentence. There is nothing fixed, but they have to follow the rule. When we wish, I think the main rule, Mr. Mazen,
Yes.
is when we wish, it means that we are imagining something which is not true about the present. When we wish about the present, it means that we are imagining here.
Yes.
So because we imagine, I think we should use
The simple
the
past.
unreal past.
Yes.
Unreal. It is unreal.
Unreal.
It is imagined.
Yes.
Simple past. So please let me start with you.
Yes.
How to write a wish sentence, then Mr. Karim can continue.
Yes. Use I wish plus would to express a wish for a change in how someone behaves. Example, you are not polite to my friends. I wish you would be more polite to my friends. Yes, or I wish I wouldn't argue all the time.
Yes, actually here I'd like to add something, Mr. Basil, that when you wish, when you tell someone about something that you wish that he would do or something like that. Here actually it means that you are giving a polite command. It is a polite, when you say, for example, he smokes a lot. I wish he wouldn't smoke a lot.
Or he wouldn't smoke at all.
At all, he stops smoking.
Or would smoke less.
Yes. Here you are here asking him to stop smoking, but
This
in a
behavior.
polite, in a
Yes,
polite
yes,
way.
yes.
We complete now the rule, which is, I think, very simple in unit number 3. Also, we use wish plus would to express a wish for someone to do something or for something to happen. So we ask some people to do something. To change means their behavior. Your room is not tidy. I wish your room or you would tidy up your mess. Yes, exactly. As you said, Mr. Basil, it is not fixed here to say, I wish your room is tidy. Here you can use any words that expresses the same idea which we are
I wish
talking
it was
about.
or it were tidy.
Exactly.
Enough.
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly. We can say, I wish you would tidy up your mess. You
Yes.
can use many expressions
Yes,
actually
yes,
to
yes.
express wish.
Good.
Yes.
Wish sentences, we use wish plus past tense verb to express a wish for the present situation to be different. Example, the room is not very big. We can say, I wish it was a bit bigger, or you can say, I wish it would be a bit bigger. I can't sleep at night. I wish I could sleep at night. So notice, student, we have cannot, we can say, I wish I could sleep, which is exactly the opposite of the reality.
Also here, I'd like to pay our students attention to that we can use was or were.
Yes.
The original verb in the past, we used to use were. But now, was is okay, is accepted.
Maybe where is formal.
Yes, is formal,
Yes,
is more formal.
But we can
than-
use was
We
with
can
all
use
the-
both
Yes,
of them.
pronoun.
Both of them are
Yes,
correct,
yes.
so no
And
problem in using
acceptable.
it. Yes, exactly. The last thing about wish, indeed, use I wish plus past perfect to talk about past situations that you wish had been different. Actually, in our book we talked about simple past only, but no problem. Here we can talk about a regret in the past.
Yes.
In the beginning,
Yes.
we talked about a regret in the present.
Yes, yes,
Now we
yes.
talk about a regret in the past. Example here, I didn't bring a map. I didn't here. Here
Because it is in the past, we should use the past
The past
perfect.
Past
perfect.
But if
So
it
here
is
we-
in the present, we use the simple past.
We go one
Yes.
tense back.
Yes, yes,
Okay?
yes.
So I didn't bring a map. I wish I had brought a map. Another example, I studied only one language. I wish I had studied more languages at school, because here we have studied in the past, then the wish should be in past perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think, dear students, it is very clear when talking about how to write wish statements. Before we go on, we have received a call from one of our dear students. Of course, he didn't like to speak in English, so he told the control his question in Arabic. I can answer his question. Maybe he asked, why do we use am, maybe verb to be, before I? When we say, I am right, it means I did something right, not wrong. I am right, I am not wrong. Okay? I am right. Am I? Or for example, when we want to use a question tag, we use aren't I,
Aren't
not
instead
am
of
I.
exactly.
I mean, am I when the sentence is negative. I am not wrong. Am I?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
If this
Also,
is, if we
Mr.
want to
Basil-
talk about question tags.
Also, Mr. Basil, if you want now to ask, am I right? Without the question
It is
tag,
not a
yes.
question tag.
No, no.
This is what I was
Yes,
talking
exactly.
about before
Exactly.
talking about question tags. When we have a sentence, a general sentence.
Yes.
I am right. If we want to make a question, am I right?
Yes.
It is
Just now we
correct.
change the
So
position.
that's why we use am before I to make a question, simply.
Yes.
When we want to make a question, use verb to be before the pronoun I. That's it. Thank you very much. Now we can go directly, dear students, to page 28. I think at page 28 we have exercise 1 here. Let's try to do the exercise for the students. We have maybe no more than 1 or 2 minutes. Please, Mr. Mazin, let me start with you.
Yes.
Here we have to choose.
Yes, we have to choose, but students have to put the verb in the correct form. Throughout history, people have moved from one country to another. The correct answer is have moved.
Because we have throughout history.
Yes.
Throughout history means that,
From
let's say,
the
a period
past, from
in
the
the past,
past till now.
this action started
in the past.
maybe in the past and
And
continued to
continues.
the present. So there is a link or a connection or a relation between the,
The past
past
and the
and
present.
now. That's why we use the present perfect, not the simple past.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Some-
some of these migrants have chosen to immigrate. Of course, we say here have chosen to immigrate because we are talking about people who started migration in the past and continue up till now.
Here we can use, I think, Mr. Karim,
Throughout
chose.
history,
we can use chose.
Yes, we can also.
Some of
it's
these
okay.
migrants
Yes,
chose to immigrate,
exactly.
while
In the
others
past.
had to move.
Yes.
Because we are here talking about something in
Yes,
the past.
exactly,
There is
exactly.
no link. There is no link between this action and now.
Exactly.
That's why we use the past simple,
Here
not
we
the
must
present
use the
perfect.
past simple
Yes,
here,
yes.
which is
Some
chose,
of these
yes.
migrants chose to immigrate, while others had to move
Exactly.
because of wars or natural disasters or for economic reasons.
Exactly.
And here are some facts and figures. I want Mr. Karim to do the first paragraph, then Mr. Mazen maybe can do the last paragraph, please.
During the last year,
Yes.
during the period
Yes.
1970 to 2000, here we are talking about the past, so we must use the past.
We have a specific time
yeah,
here.
specific time.
A time in the past.
The number of migrants in the world rose from 82 million to 175 million.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
In recent years, here we have recent years, means
There is
that
a link.
our time is included now.
Yes, yes.
In recent years, migration into Europe and Russia has increased sharply, while in many other parts of the world, numbers have fallen.
Thank you
Because
very
we are
much.
talking about recent years. In Australia,
Mr. Mazen,
sorry,
please.
yes.
Thank you.
In
Mr.
Australia,
Mazen.
since 1945, over 6 million people have arrived to settle because we have to use the present perfect. In each 10-year period from 1950 to 2000, over 1 million migrants entered. Because we have a specific time in the past, we
Yes.
have to use
Yes.
entered the country.
Not have entered.
Yes.
Yes, entered. Thank you very much. Now we can do exercise 2. Exercise 2, we have here 3 dialogues, Mr. Karim. Dialogue A, Dialogue B, Dialogue C. Here, what is required from the student is just to copy and complete these conversations with the correct form, present perfect simple or present perfect continuous
Yes,
of the verbs in brackets.
exactly.
Of course, sometimes we can use both, but here, in some situations, when we feel that the action has been completed or is finished,
Is
we
over.
use the present perfect simple, not the present perfect continuous. But if we feel that the action is still going on, we use the continuous form, not the simple form. When we feel that we are talking about something that was in progress in recent past
Yes.
and has an effect now in the present, we
yes,
use the continuous
yes,
form.
exactly.
That's it. So please let
Here
me
we have a
start
conversation
with you, Mr. Karim.
Yusuf
Yusuf
and Khalid.
Yes.
Yusuf, hi Khalid. This is Yusuf. Hi Yusuf. Where? Look here now. In between brackets we have you been. So where have you been?
Be is a state verb.
Yes, is a
it
state.
cannot be used here
In the
continuous
yes.
form.
So because of that, we use it. Where have you been? Then the answer. He's completing now. I try to phone you all morning. So here,
here-
all morning is an indicator to the present perfect continuous. So we say here, I have been trying to phone you all morning. Khalid, sorry, I have been sorting out my
Bedroom cupboards all
yes,
morning.
my bedroom
Tidying.
light
Yes.
cupboards
It means
all morning.
tidying.
Tidying.
Sorting out
So
my
here,
bedroom.
because we have all morning also,
Yes, yes.
we have a present perfect continuous.
Thank you.
Yes.
Conversation B, please.
Yes, Amina and Nada. Hello, Nada. I not see. Because we have a state verb, we have to use present perfect. I haven't seen you this week. What have you been doing? It means from the past till now.
Yes.
What have you been doing? Nada, hi, Amina. I have been helping my mother. We are having a family celebration at the weekend. What have you been doing to help?
What have you done?
What have you done?
Here, I think it is better to use the simple form, Mr. Mazen. What have you done? It means what have you achieved to help your mother?
Yes.
But
Here,
it can be-
lots of things. Here, when we talk about achievements, because we are talking here about achievements, lots of things, but mainly
I have been preparing the food, and
we can
I
say
have-
that, or I have
prepared the food, and I have tidied the house.
Exactly,
Because
this is the achievement.
Yes.
We can, if we want to use the continuous form, we refer that this is an action from the recent past. It was in progress in recent past. I have been preparing. But I think, as I said,
There is something-
here in
yes.
this situation, Mr. Karim, it is better to use the simple form. Why?
Yeah.
Because we are
You have
talking
achieved
about
something.
achievements.
Yes, exactly. Here, I'd like to pay our students' attention to that in action verbs.
Yes.
Action verbs, both tenses can be used. In action verbs,
Yes, yes.
we can use the present perfect
course,
simple
course.
and the present perfect
Yes.
continuous.
You're
But
right.
with the state verbs or static verbs, just to use the present,
Present
perfect
perfect
simple.
simple.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try
The
to do
last
one.
conversation, Ali, you look very tired. You look very tired now. Now there is a result of something that was happening, in
What
the
have
recent.
you been doing?
What have you been doing? Exactly. So here, you look tired, very tired. What have you been doing? Hani, I have been playing football all morning. All morning here is a prolonged action, or it indicates to a prolonged action. I have been playing football all morning. Ali, you look really hot too. I am hot. I not have a cold drink since breakfast. Here we have the verb have. Have is a state verb, so we can't use it in present progressive. So we use here, I haven't had a cold drink since breakfast.
Here, the same situation, I
Yes.
think one of the students asked us about it. I am hot. I can ask you, am I hot, Mr. Mazen?
Yes.
Touch
Good,
my
yes,
face. You
yes.
see, if I want to make sure whether I am hot or not.
Yes, you
so
say,
I can
am I
use
hot?
it. Am I hot?
Good.
Yes.
You
Yes.
see?
That's
Please
right.
come and see. That's it. This is what I mean.
Exactly.
Here, I think the exercise is clear now. Let's try to go directly to exercise 4,
Wish.
page 29.
Yes.
Page 29, exercise 4. Write wish sentences in response to these statements.
Okay.
I think the first one is done.
As an
Let
example,
me read
yes.
it. Yes, many
Okay.
people in my village smoke too much. I wish people in my village would smoke less. Of course, here I can say, I wish people in my village wouldn't smoke.
Yes.
I can say that.
I
Or
will-
would smoke less.
Or I wish people would stop smoking.
Would stop or give up smoking,
Yes.
or would change this bad habit.
Yes.
Would change this
Here,
behavior.
Mr. Bassett,
Many
the
solutions. here.
students must give the idea in any way. Any way
Exactly.
they like.
This
they
is
must
what
give
we,
the idea.
Mr. Karim, mentioned in our previous seminar. I told or I advised, we advised
Students.
dear students not
Not to stick
to
to
learn
specific
English
things.
as they mathematics.
Yes.
I told them
Exactly.
that. Don't just follow the correct rule and try to use your own words.
Yes.
You express your own words or your ideas
Yes.
as you want.
Just
As you
yes.
want.
Just follow the rule.
The
The
rule.
rule in wish, when we're talking about wish statements, is just to use the unreal past. That's it. So it depends on the situation. You can use your own words again. Don't say that when we find this word, we should use this word.
word.
When, for example, sometimes we use can't in the sentence, Mr. Karim.
Yes.
I can't fly.
Yes, I wish I could.
Can we use another
Actually,
way?
look here. Actually, because we have an auxiliary verb, a modal verb.
Exactly.
It is better to use the
use
same,
could.
but in the past. here,
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Before we
Yes.
go on to
Yes.
do the exercise, we have another call. Rami, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
how are
I
you?
hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
want to
very
ask you about something.
What is it?
Can I? The thing that I'm facing in which is like when I'm talking to a native speaker, because I have a lot of foreigners, a lot of native speakers on Messenger or on WhatsApp.
Okay.
So they're using a lot of they're not like restricted to past symbol. Like I wish he said, I wish I am there. You know.
I wish what?
So
I am
the
there.
moment he
I am.
said that,
Uh-huh.
I was shocked. Like,
Okay. Okay. It is informal.
That
Rami.
Yes, exactly.
But
It's something informal. You know, We have formal English and we have informal English. Of course, many people use informal English and they can understand each other's very well. There is no problem. But here in our curriculum, we teach formal English, not informal.
We teach grammatical.
So it's not about generalizing the stuff. It's about like getting restricted to that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Do you have any question else?
No, this is the only one.
Just a suggestion. Okay, I'd like to thank you, Rami. We wish you really good luck. Thanks for following us, and we are here to encourage students like you to communicate with us,
speak English,
to express their ideas. And if they feel that they can't speak in English, it's okay. They can call us, they can talk with the control and ask or give their question in Arabic, and we can answer them. Thank you very much, Rami. Good luck. Well, let's try to go on.
Sentence number B. There are too many advertisement on TV. I wish there weren't too many adverts on TV.
Okay, here we have C, sentence C. Our city doesn't collect rubbish often enough. Here we can see that it is a kind of criticism and annoyance here. So here it is better to use would or wouldn't. For example, we say our city doesn't collect rubbish. It becomes I wish our city would collect rubbish.
I think if the student here in this situation writes, I wish our city could collect rubbish very often.
It is okay.
Is it correct?
Is it
or not?
okay? Of course, it is correct.
It's correct. So
it is correct.
Maybe some of our dear colleagues tell the students that it's not good to use it. No, we say it's okay.
Yes, okay,
it's okay.
I agree with you. But here it becomes informal, by the way.
It's okay.
It becomes informal, but it is okay.
Accepted.
Yes, it is accepted.
I wish they could, because I feel that the amount of rubbish maybe in our city, in our town, is very big, very large, huge, and I feel that the council cannot do this job maybe in a short time. So I can say, I wish they could collect this rubbish.
Right. Okay. Yes, exactly.
To solve the problem.
Right.
This is what I mean.
But here, because we don't have count, so it becomes informal.
It's okay.
Good.
We can say also, Mr. Basil, I wish our city collected rubbish often enough.
It's okay. You mean use the past simple.
The past simple,
yes.
It's
okay.
The next sentence D. I'm not good at math. I wish I were better at math.
Good.
Good. The last one, I can't read very quickly. Here we have ability. I regret about inability. So here I say, I can't read very quickly. I wish I could read quicker, or
we still
instead of.
We still have two exercises, then we should go to the activity book.
Exactly.
Let's try to do it in a hurry, please. Exercise 5. Here, what is required from the student is to learn the parts of speech or the word family of the same word. For example, when dealing with the word day, I mean, we advise you not to learn by heart all the statements or all the words. Just check it up in your dictionary. You should have a dictionary. Or you can use the net. By using your mobile, you can find everything about the word day. We should know, as students, that day is a noun, Mr. Karim.
Yes.
And daily is an adjective. That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
Is there something else?
No.
That's it. So day is a noun,
yes.
Daily is an adjective. Now, how to do the sentence, for example, or how to choose? Here you should know that because we have a noun after the word day, after brackets, we should use adjective.
Exactly.
That's it. Mr. Mazin, please.
Many people find out about the word by reading a daily newspaper. So the adjective from day is daily because we have newspaper, which is a noun.
Okay. During the storm, there were chaos scenes in the city. So here we have scenes after the brackets. It is a noun. So chaos, it should be chaotic.
Chaos, scenes in the
Yes,
city,
in
not
the city.
chaos, of course. Chaos here means disorder.
Yes, and it is a
Disorder.
noun here.
So chaos, so
So
the
we-
adjective chaotic.
Chaotic.
Chaotic
It should
scenes.
be. It must be chaotic scenes in the city.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sentence C, Omar felt very guilt. The answer is Omar felt guilty. Students should
Not
know.
responsible
Yes.
or responsible for a crime.
Responsible, even though the accident was not his fault. So here the student should know that after felt, we usually have adjective.
Okay.
Exactly. Here we have D. The major of people never commit a crime. The major. Here, after the definite and indefinite articles, a, an, and the, we must use the noun.
The
So we say
majority
here
of
the
people.
majority of people
Never.
never commit a crime.
Here the word commit
Yes.
a crime. What is the meaning of the verb commit? To commit is to do something
to do
bad
something
or wrong
bad.
as a
Yes,
crime.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Sentence E, no rain has fallen in the region for 2 years. This has had a disastrous effect on the crops. So the adjective, because we have effect, which is a noun, and it should be, preceded by adjective.
The last one.
And because there was no clean drinking water, infect spread very quickly through the population.
Infections.
So here actually infections, because after it we have a verb, because it is, a verb. Very
Exercise
nice.
6.
Right.
Choose. Here phrasal verbs. Let me read the sentence and just choose the correct
Exactly,
verb.
quickly here it is,
In my city, the council is going along with or running out of space for new houses.
Yes, running out of space.
Running out of. B. Our town is trying hard to come up against or cut down on the amount of waste it buries in the ground.
Cut down on.
Cut down on.
Yes.
It means to reduce.
Exactly.
Students should read newspapers to make sure they keep up with or look forward to national and international news stories.
Keep up with the news.
Keep
always.
up with the
news.
national news
Yes.
and international news. I'm looking for a new flat. I can't come up with or put up with
Actually,
the
put
noise.
up with.
Put up with the noise of the traffic.
Because I can't
any
stand the
longer.
noise. Yes.
Thank you
exactly.
very much. I think everything is clear now.
go to
Now
paper.
let's go to the activity book, page 14. As you can see, dear students, here at this page we have a text about paper. Let me directly ask you, Mr. Mazi.
Yes.
Let's have a discussion about this text.
Yes.
The importance of paper in our life. Why should we recycle paper? The advantages of recycling paper.
Yes.
But let me first ask you about some words.
Yes.
When we say cloth,
Yes.
what does it mean?
Yes, it means material of fabric used to make clothes.
Yes. What about the word fiber, Mr. K?
It's a very small piece of paper of everything. It's called fiber.
Yes.
A small piece of paper,
Good.
maybe wood, maybe cloth, etc.
What
Yes.
about the word rot?
Rot, it is a verb. It means to decay.
Yes. Sustainable. It means,
Sustainable.
I think here, maybe the definition is too long.
It's
and
too long.
It's not very accurate, I think.
Yes, exactly. It is.
I
Yes.
think the word renewable,
renewable is better.
would be better
Yes,
to explain
exactly.
sustainable. Renewable.
Yes.
Renewable.
Or
Yes.
I have another definition.
What is it?
To be able to continue without damaging the environment.
Exactly. To be able to continue
Without damaging.
without damaging
Exactly.
the
exactly.
environment.
Yes.
Exactly. What about the wood pulp? I think it is wood after
crushed.
it has been
Yes,
crushed. Now,
Yes.
Right. Yes.
in the text itself here, what was the first paper made from,
Yes.
Mr. Mazi?
Yes, the first paper was made from cloth in China
How long ago?
2,000 years ago.
So the first paper was made from cloth 2,000 years ago in China. Mr. Karim, what materials can paper be made from?
Actually, many materials, like we have cotton fiber, like grass, like sugar cane, and now the most commonly material used for making paper is the
Wood pulp.
Wood pulp.
Thank
exactly.
you. So wood pulp is the most commonly new material
Yes.
or used material
Used
nowadays
material
to make a new paper.
Yes, exactly.
So nowadays we depend
to make
on
a new here, not to recycle.
new paper.
New
we
paper.
make new
Exactly.
paper depending on wood pulp.
Wood pulp.
Wood
on wood
pulp,
pulp.
yes.
Yes, not on sugar
No, no,
cane,
no, no, no.
not on grass,
No.
not
That
on
was maybe
cotton
traditional,
fibers. In the past.
in the past,
They
yes.
were used in the past. Now,
Exactly.
we know that the modern world uses so much paper.
Yeah.
So why do environmentalists advise us to recycle old paper?
Yes, because the modern world is using so much paper nowadays.
In other words, what do environmentalists advise us to do, Mr. Kerry?
They advise to recycle paper.
To recycle old paper.
To recycle
Exactly.
old paper
Exactly.
and reuse it again.
Now,
Yes.
when talking about recycling paper, Mr. Mazin, we know that we have some advantages. What are the advantages, in short, of recycling paper?
Yes.
I think we can go directly
Yes.
to line 24.
Yes.
Maybe.
For every ton of paper used for recycling, we save 30,000 liters of water.
So we save water.
We save water.
Recycling paper saves water.
And electricity.
Saves
energy.
electricity and
Energy. Yes.
Energy.
and
We reduce
reduces
air pollution.
What do we mean by the word reduce?
To cut down on.
To make less.
Yes.
To make less,
To make less.
to decrease
Thank
also. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, let me ask you another question. Why is recycling paper less harmful, Mr. Karim, to the environment than burying it in landfill sites?
Actually, burying it underground or in the ground, after burying it, it will rot. It means it will decay, and therefore it will produce a very dangerous gas, which is methane.
Methane.
Yes.
Yes.
And this gas is very powerful. It's very dangerous to the
Now,
environment.
when
Yes.
talking about our reality now, I think most people, we all, depend on computers nowadays to store information.
Yes.
Everything.
But although we depend on computers, I think we will
We
continue
depend on
to
paper.
use
papers.
Yes.
paper. We
Yes.
cannot live without paper.
Yes.
So what should we do in this case? We should take care or
We
make
should-
sure
we-
that we continue to recycle as much as
possible,
of it as possible. I think it is one of the solutions to,
Exactly.
let's say, protect our natural
Yes.
resources.
Just here,
Exactly.
just one word, Mr. Bassel.
Yes.
Despite, here students should know that despite it means although, but
Yes,
after
yes.
despite we have a noun.
You're right. You're right. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Let's try to do the exercise exercise 1 at page 15, please. It's about color idioms. Is that a letter you're reading? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, it's from
Yes.
an old friend. It
Yeah.
came this morning completely out of the
Blue.
Out
out of the
is
blue.
unexpectedly.
Yes.
Yes.
B. Have you heard
Okay.
the government has given
The green light
to the building
of a new. Even
airport.
in Arabic, we use this
Yes.
green light.
Yes.
Even in
Yes.
Arabic, we
Yes.
use this.
Yes.
You said yes.
I
in
give
our
you the
thing.
green light.
Yes, I give you
Mr.
the green
Karim,
light.
now I give you the green light.
Yes, okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
No, it's in the newspaper here. I think it's just a rumor.
A rumor,
right?
yes.
No, it's in the newspaper. Look, it's here in,
Black and white.
not
Black.
in white and
Yes,
black,
because
in
it's an
black
idiom.
and white.
Yes.
Yes.
Calm down, sorry, someone accused me of being lazy and I just saw
Red.
red.
Yes.
Okay, of course, dear students, you can continue doing the exercise at home. Well, we're very sorry, time is over. At the end, dear students of this seminar, let me thank my colleagues, Mr. Karim Qassab, a senior supervisor in the Ministry of Education. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Mazin Karim, Mazin Abdul Karim, sorry, Karim Qassab and Mazin Abdul Karim, an English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Thanks for your coming.
Thank you very much.
Dear students, till we meet in other seminars, we wish you all the best. This is Basil Sadiq speaking from the Syrian Educational Channel from Damascus. Goodbye. Thank you.